Hello, welcome back. We are now on signature number 6 of our Sir Vagabond in Fantasy World. And this is kind of how the front's going to look. I dug into our cut aparts a little bit here. I cut out her Lady Vagabond and Sir Vagabond, their images. And then I, excuse me. And then I cut this out of this sheet of quotes and sayings. And I'm going to use this as the gate closure on this. So if you want to go ahead and cut these out, get them layered. While you're doing that, I'm going to do something here real quick because I just spotted it. I'm going to see if I can't do this real fast. I meant to cut this out, this centerpiece here. I did not want a big black blob there. Okay, perfect. All right. I am going to go ahead and get things kind of organized here. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and cut these out, I mounted mine on black cardstock. And then I trace cut a piece that will go over this half of the closure. And I'll put that on when I get done dealing with this. So let me kind of unfold this just a tad bit so that we can get into the inside. And I have several pockets. We're going to dig into some of the ephemera and the tags as well. So I have this piece. This is your base piece. This is a 12 by 12 sheet. And I cut it at 8 3/8 across, and this one's at 8 5/8. So 8 5/8 to 8. Gosh darn, 9 5/8 to 9 3/4. 9 3/4 I think has been the pattern, but I've already got it cut, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm making a long pocket. You can put it to either your left or your right. I chose to put it to my right because I want to kind of keep this blue part here, and there was nothing over here, so that's why I opted to put it over here. Dig into your scraps and find the piece that's going to appeal to you, and then dig into your scraps of black cardstock, and we can go ahead and get those mounted. And I am going to get the tape on here. We're right down to the end. We have one more signature after this one, and then you're done. We'll come right down to where we're going to use pretty much all the paper in the 4 packs you got to make this album. Pull my sleeves up out of the way here so I'm not dragging them across my paper. It's just a little bit chilly in here still. Okay, bottom right corner. Line it up along the side, press her down, and let me check my Oh, I've got just a smidge I'm going to trim off. It's not much, but I do want to make it go away. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this piece in. Come on. It's acting like it's plugged, so bear with me 2 seconds here. I think I'm going to have to go in and clean that tip out because it's not flowing very smoothly. Oh, goodness sakes. I hope I have enough on there. I need to pick that out, but I don't want this glue to dry, and I don't have this down. You know, you stick this stainless steel needle in there, you still have to worry sometimes about the tip, the glue that accumulates in this short little tip drying out. Now, where's my... Okay. Well, what happened? I had a... Oh, it's underneath here. I gotta do better about keeping track of my bling. I liked this piece, but I wanted to use some of the chipboard elements. There's still some very beautiful pieces, and we are getting kind of toward the end. So I am going to use this. That glue is just not coming out of there. And my eyesight's not all that keen, so I got a longer needle in there. Clean that out a little bit. Let's see if this works. I'm going to have to get a different tip. I put that right there. And now you're going to have several folds in this. Push that aside. I'm going to take these off. I have them taped on there so I remember where I want them. You're going to cut 2 off of a 12 by 12 sheet. You're going to cut 2 at 6 inches, scoring it at a 1/2 inch. So you're going to have a left and a right panel. So go ahead and cut your 2 at 6 across, scoring it at a 1/2, and it's going to be 9 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted on here. It doesn't really matter right now what side you're gonna lay down first, whether it be your left or your right side, because they're both equal measurements. Get that lined back up there again. Okay, and then I'm going to take these off, and just to kind of reinforce again, you're at 6 with a 1/2 inch score line. And get this down here. Right. Now the 2 pieces that I chose to go in here had the same pattern as your base piece. I put that down too fast. I apologize. For some reason I feel like I'm in a hurry, and I'm not. I'm not slowing. I need to slow down. I should not be going this fast, because you guys can stop the video at any time and catch up. So I don't need to be going this fast. Okay, anyway, back to this. I kind of wanted a pattern theme going on here, so I chose this pattern, 12 by 12. You're going to cut to fit, height and width, and I thought that the color would pull in the teal here and the teal here. So I'm going to see if I'm going to have any success in getting some glue out of this. I'm not. I do not know what happened, because it was working just beautifully earlier. And when I stick the needle in there, I'm not finding any clogs, so I don't, and it must be deeper. That means I'm going to have to take the tip off and do a deep dive on the tip. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, I just have to be very, very careful about my glue. Stay away from the edge, because it's going to spread. Now I do seem to have just a fair amount of glue in this one corner, so I am going to press inward to help spread it. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same over here. I'm so used to squeezing it to get it through that thin little metal tip that I'm getting a lot of excess here. Okay, that just did a slide on me because there's so much glue. Okay. Okay, so here I had two small pockets using what my scrap that I have of this. Now you can use whatever you want, and go ahead and put it on there. Now the piece I'm playing with cuts across the width of this, and it is 2 1/4, which is pretty much my standard height, but give you the measurement. Now when you measure this, stay off of this score line, but start out here at this edge and measure your piece so that it butts right up to that score line on either side. And then I went to the ephemera this time because I didn't want the additional bulk on these pages because they only have a 1/2 inch score. There isn't a gusset for the chipboard to be absorbed in. And I have this one here and I didn't want additional chipboard here on the pockets. So I went to the ephemera. And there were some beautiful mythic creatures. I'll take that thing off. Okay, starting out here at this outer edge, because I want this to line up, follow the base, and it should come right in front of that score mark. This down, and then I put the griffin on this side. I'm going to have to be careful because his wings are going to stand up above the pocket, so I can't get glue on too much of his wing, and I'm kind of disappointed that I can't get, oh, look at that. Okay, I've got to try and do something here. I need that tip on here. I'm going to get in here and dig this out. I so apologize. Like I said, I do not know what the issue is because it was flowing nicely for me earlier. So hang tight. I'm going to see what I can't do here to clean this out. This is I hope you have some some things to do here. If I had another tip to go grab readily, I would, and not monkey with this, but I'm not understanding really what happened here. So let's see if this is going to work any better. Okay, let's get this side on. I want to see if I can't tuck up underneath these wings a little bit. think I saw some better glue flow coming out of there. Okay. All right, the griffin is in just fine. Now let's go ahead and get these in there. Okay, I'm going to start out here at the edge. Come right up to that. And then we're going to glue in this piece. Now let me eyeball what we're doing here so I'll know where I need to put, where I can put my glue. Some of these pieces, as I'm going through and inking them, they've got some really intricate curves and arches, and makes inking a challenge at times. All right, so now those two panels. Now I used this 12 by 12 that we're going to mark out here, and we're going to put another set of pockets out here. So let's see how the glue does. Lining it up. And then we'll put this piece down. All right, now I had a pocket here and a pocket here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tape. And I went to the quotes and sayings sheet and cut out, which ones did I use? Power of Imagination and The World is Full of Magic. Now you can certainly use what you want. There's some much bigger quotes. You've got 2 sheets, so you can repeat, which I think is what I'm doing because I wanted the smaller quotes. Now the pockets here for the outside, the measurements are not any different than the 2 pockets you made on the inside. You're just reversing their position. There's that one. Now we'll put this one on. I need my finger pocket. Okay. And again, starting on the outside edge. The weight of the pockets help hold the pages down. Okay. All right, there are those 2. Give them just a little bit of a bend because they're kind of stiff. Now, your next the next one I want you to cut and trim for. Where's my ruler? Here we go. This next one, we are going to cut this one at 5 inches, and you're going to score it at 1/2, and you're going to score it at 3/4. and then the outside, the pieces that will go to the outside came off of a 12 by 12 that had this pattern on it. And you'll just simply cut to fit this panel. Now, don't put the paper on yet. I don't want to get ahead of myself here because we've got to add the back panels, and then I need to put the magnets down here. So put the paper aside. Charlie's trying to get ahead of herself here. Now this panel, you're going to cut it at 4 5/8, scoring it at 1/2 inch. And then this is going to come in on the inside like this so that it then opens out. So I'm going to go ahead and get my tape put on. And then I'm going to add it in here. I'm going to start here at this corner, and I'm going to come down here. Don't do that. Okay, there we go. And then this is going to go here. And when you put it on, you want to make sure that this gusset is going to encompass everything that you've already built up out here. I had somebody message me and said that she found it easier. I thought I would share this. She found it easier to stand them up this way and let the gusset then fall into place. And then she said she turned it over and held down, and that way everything was where it was when she stood it up. And so I thought I would give her a shout out for that idea because it seemed to have worked out pretty well. See that? So kudos. Give it a good burnish. Now let's go ahead and let's mount the other side. Put it together. Because we have a set of magnets to put on. Now, I will say that I did run out of my Fave Basic Gray, and I had to fall back onto some other magnets that I had in my stash, so you will see a difference. And let's just give that another try here, just so if anybody is wondering what it was I was talking about. Take your gusset, stand it up straight, pinch this together. Now hold it down and remove your tape. Don't move your signature at all, because then it's like you didn't get it. You didn't set it up for failure. You don't want to set up for failure. And see, there you go. You've got a nice clean gusset. Okay. Now, I want to get this piece here because I want to, you know what I need to do? I need to push back and score these because they're kind of wanting to roll on me. I don't want that to happen. There we go. Okay, I'll get the magnet in there. I want to get this piece down because I want to glue this in place on the left side and then sit the magnet up for the right side. Okay. So I want proper placement here. Lady Vagabond is going to be there. Sir Vagabond is going to be here. So I do have this just about right where I want it. Okay, put that down. And then I'm going to take the tape off the magnet. There we go. Beautiful. And then, like I said, I have traced and pre-cut a piece that's going to snuggle right in there. And I would typically tape, but there's just not enough room to tape this thing. It's kind of tight. Use my knife to help. Whoops, that slid. Come on. Okay. Perfect. All right. Might as well go ahead and add the right side piece. Wait a minute, that's got a magnet on it. Right side up. Get this on here. Wonderful. Okay, so I want to put the panels on the inside. And I used these two here so that I had see, the teal ones will go on the outside of the 12 by 12 sheets. No. Okay, I had this all sorted. I had them all taped together. Here we go. Okay, so how did I end up? Where did this piece go? I have an extra piece here, folks. Okay, I'm going to stop before I confuse myself. That's why I started laying everything out and I started putting little tape pieces so I could remember what it was I'd matched up with what. This is getting old real fast. And it's not like it's hot in here and drying it out. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Okay. That was, could have been a big disaster, and I apologize for my abruptness there, but I was not expecting that. So I need to get in here and clean this out a little bit. I have not had this much trouble before. I'm going to have to take this in and boil it in some hot water to get the glue that's in there to loosen up. Okay, let's clean the tip off and let's try this again. All right, now these two panels. I remember now. These two here were odd pieces. The rest of these were 12 by 12s that I had cut to fit. But these two were odd pieces because I didn't want to dig into any more 12 by 12s. So let me just verify the size location of where these will need to fit, so that I have them in their right spots. Okay, I need to do some quick trimming here because I've got a gusset over here that I'm encroaching on. So just a second. Okay, because I've got this gusset here and I've got a score line here. So these are going to need to trim down just a little bit as well. Okay, I need to level trill that out a little bit. There we go. Now let's see if I can get the glue to come out of here. Oh, I cannot believe this. Okay. I am gonna have to just set that little guy aside and just do it very easily. There's so much glue that comes out doing it this way. Definitely gonna have to take it into the house and boil it. Okay. Well, I felt bad that I hadn't trimmed that right, but as it turns out, I didn't even ink the edge, so I don't think I was done trimming. I just stuck it on there. Gentle squeeze, gentle squeeze. Mindful of my score lines and my gussets. And then I'm probably going to have to do some trimming on this. Yes, by golly. See, I hadn't even finished. doing what I needed to do. I just rushed right into the video without double checking everything. And then this piece here. Let's see, I cut this one, so. I feel sad that I'm covering up Sir Vagabond, but I've already used his image and I just didn't want to use it again. Excuse me. I apologize. Alrighty, now he's gonna sit down here and she's gonna sit down here. I wanted her kind of like she's looking over her shoulder at him and he's just being Mr. Nonchalant. Just a little bit up off the edge. Okay, I'm gonna have to tip this. Oh, that's just a mess in there. Seal it off and then I'll take it in and there's so much glue in there the tip's not even gonna stay on. Okay, it's time to put the tape on. Here at the base. This is a nice solid feeling signature here. Okay, this way. Make sure I'm going right side up. Top to bottom, nice and even, right to the edge. Lay it down, smoosh. Okay. It's getting so thick now, it's getting hard to move these and see. I want to make sure my gusset's standing up straight before I push. I want to do a real quick repair before I put, not repair, but readjustment before I put the rest. Never mind. I will do it off camera because I need to readjust how I laid that. It didn't lay in right, didn't lay in straight. Okay, so I'll do what I need to do off camera, but there you go. And then I will see you back here for the last signature and all the final little touches that we'll do.